All right, everyone. Happy Sunday night. I'm so excited. This is our first training of 2019 because I keep messing up the year. So we're going to be going over social media, mostly Instagram, and then we're going to go a little bit we're going to go over Facebook a little bit, but not really. It's going to be mostly just like general social media training and then going over Instagram more. So it's super important to use social media to grow your business because there's a ton of people on social media and we can't just network with the people in our backyards to become super successful because there's only a certain amount of people that we know. And then what happens when we stop talking to those people? We're done, asking them about it works or if they want to try or ever. Like now you need to find more people. So I found statistics that I want to share with you, and I don't know how correct it is, but I'm assuming that it is pretty accurate. And I just searched them a little bit ago. So in 2018, there were 2.27 billion monthly active users on Facebook, and on Instagram, they have reached over 1 billion monthly active users. So you guys, I know that you guys don't know, face to face billions of people, but on social media we can find a bunch of people and we can network with those people. So there's lots of people to socialize with and to connect with from all over on social media. So that is why it's super important that we learn how to utilize social media to grow our businesses. So I am going to let Amy, she's a rock star on our team. She just promoted to double diamond, and I'm going to let her start off with talking about some things to do to grow your business. So Amy, can you take over posting? Let me unmute her. All right, unmute.
Hey guys, my name is Amy. So excited for everyone. So yeah, whatever Amanda said, like she's totally right. I also wanted to add in that for your social media, you should look professional. Like there's a level of professionalism that you should have on your social media. So if you post like a lot of drama or like share stupid videos on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, stop doing that because it's not good for you, like at all, for your business. So no trash, no drama, like leave that somewhere else, but don't put it on social media because it's bad. Like you're not going to be able to grow your business that way. Just wanted to add that in there. So I'm going to start off by talking about about posting. I have like so many notes on this, but so when you're posting, also Amanda's going to like go more into this too, because she's going to talk more about like being emotional and stuff like that. So when you're posting, people ask me, all right, so how many times a day should I post? Like, I really don't know. It all honestly depends on how your schedule is, but like I recommend posting at least 2 to 6 times a day, depending on how your schedule is. So I always say like morning, noon, and night, because people aren't going to like just go on your Facebook or go on your Instagram page or your Facebook page to see what you're posting. So you want to pop up on people's news feeds. So I always tell people post morning, noon, and night. So when you wake up and during your lunch break or like right before you go to bed. I think that's pretty good. So there's like no exact number. So just morning, noon, and night, 2 to 6 times a day, depending on how your schedule is. So for your posts, it should be like, you should incorporate like everything. So it should be life posts, business posts, and also product posts. And it doesn't all have to be about like the business or whatever. You should have like filler posts. So what filler posts could be is like about your life, your family, what you like to wear, like your hobbies and stuff like that. So that should be like a filler post. So it doesn't have to be like it works like every time, but like stuff that you like or what you enjoy about your family, what you like to eat, etc. What was I missing? Okay, yeah, so 3 to 6 times a day, if not more. So whenever you're posting, it doesn't matter like how many likes you get or how many comments that you get. As long as you're posting, like people are going to always see it because people are always watching you. So like for my customers and my distributors, those people, some of them don't even like my stuff. So like it's okay if like you don't get a lot of likes on your product post or you get more likes on your, like a selfie of yourself. That's totally fine because people aren't going, like some people aren't going to like your stuff or comment on your stuff, like especially like your potential distributors and potential little customers. They're just going to like reach out to you, be like, hey, like I've been watching you, stuff like that. So it's okay if people don't like and comment on your stuff. Also, especially for Instagram, it's more of like visual. So for the visual part, it has to be like attractive. So like what I tell my team is that I tell them like try to make your page look attractive and visual, because especially on Instagram, it's all pictures. So like it's not really like it is words, but it's not a lot of words, if that makes sense. But so like when you're on someone's profile page, you're seeing more of photos. So you want your pictures to like flow kind of, and you have to have like some type of theme. So you don't have to go like too intense on like, oh, I have to make sure like every picture looks the same, but like try to have like clear, crisp, clean photos when you're posting. So I'm going to show you guys an example, of what a page should look like and what a page shouldn't look like. So if I go on one of my girls' teams and I go on their Instagram and I see this, I'm going to say something. So this is what your page shouldn't look like. So I just Googled it works. So this type of stuff right here, I don't know if you can see, but like these types of photos aren't good. Like if you just see like green, black, and white, and like nothing of yourself, then I would be like, dude, no, like this is not good. So you should have photos like of yourself so people like know who you are. So I'm going to show you an example of some girl, she does it works, and how your profile should look like. So this person's profile, like you see, she has a picture of her and her husband, and her photo, you can't really see, it's kind of like blurry, but it's like clear and crisp photos. It's more of like herself and like showing her life, her friends, her life, her husband. And when you see, like, she'll pop in a little bit of it works. So here's like keto coffee bag. So like she does incorporate it, especially like in her posts. So in order for you to attract people, first is the photo, especially on Instagram, like it's more visual. So the photo has to be attractive in order for people to read your caption. So if they just see like a dull, like ugly picture of something, they're gonna just like scroll through. They're not gonna look at it at all. Even though your caption might be really good, they're not gonna look at the photo, like they're not gonna read the caption at all because the photo is terrible. So you have to make sure that you're having clean, crisp, and clear photos. So I think someone asked what apps are good for that. So what I personally use is I use Facetune. So that's going to like clear your blemishes, and like you can make your teeth look white and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And also Pick Tap Go. And I also use PixArt and Word Swag too. So Pick Tap Go is just like a general filter picture editor thing, and I just use like I think like 3 or 4 edits on there to edit my photos. Pretty sure that costs money, but it's really worth it, and you could do it as a tax write-off. So for PixArt, so say if you have like an enrollment, the new little customer enrollment on your email, or new distributor enrollment for email, that's when I use PixArt. So you could take a screenshot of the notification in your email and put it on like a photo saying, hey, just sign up a little customer, so excited for her results, like something like that. Manny, do you want to add something?
What was the last thing you just said?
For the PixArt, when they sign up a customer, they could take a screenshot of it and then use PixArt, the app, so they could put it on a photo for them to use.
Do you want me to explain how to use it, or?
Yeah.
Can you guys real quick spell Pixar? Is it P-I-X or P-I-C-S?
P-I-C-S.
All right, thanks.
If you go into PixArt, I don't know, but it's free for me. I don't know if it's still free to use because I got it a long time ago. On this app, you can literally, like, let's say, upload a picture of yourself, I think I have, hold on one second. Okay. Just put the apps in the chat section too, just in case you guys need to know what the spelling is. So for PixArt, you can use that app to, you can do a bunch of things, but what I normally do is like, I'll upload a picture of myself. Let's just say like, hold on one second. Let's say I put a picture like of me and Maximus from today earlier. And like, I want to add, you can add a photo, like you can on the bottom add a photo. Oh, okay. And then I'm just going to post like a screenshot of a book or whatever, but obviously that's not what you would put. You would put like the email of, you know, you signing up a customer or something like that. So it's going to pop up down here. And then it's going to be like that. Like you see that thing that I'm moving around? That's basically what I do. And then you can like make it so that you can do see-through, like how do you say it? I don't even know how to say that word. But whatever, the O word, OPACITY. I can't spell stuff or pronounce things, but you can make it like light or dark like that. I don't know if you guys can see it. So that's what I use that app for, but you can use it for a bunch of other stuff. Another picture editing app you can use, and I would suggest using PicTapGo first because that's more, it's not as advanced. So I would use that first. But if you're really advanced and you know how to use Photoshop and all that good stuff, an app that I use is called Lightroom CC, and it looks like this. LR is what it, when you download it. It's a free app, but so the last picture I have is of me and Christina, but I buy presets. So this is why I said that this is more advanced. So I wouldn't do it unless you know how to do it. And I wouldn't waste your time. Like, let's say you literally have no time in the day and you have like 1 hour to work your business. Like that day, I wouldn't use that 1 hour to edit your pictures. You know what I mean? Like I would use that 1 hour to do income producing activities. But for someone who has time and you want to figure it out, you can use presets. And you can make your own presets too. So presets are basically filters that you can use. Like if you go, I don't know if you've ever been on like a blogger's page, but if you go on a blogger's page and you see like all their pictures look like the same color, they might have like a rose gold look, or their look looks like more orangey, sun-kissed, or it looks more bright and cooler. That's basically what the preset does. I used to never use this. I just started using Lightroom CC, but like I said, I would use PicTapGo. That's the easiest app to use. I'm gonna unmute you, Amy, because I had to mute everybody else. Okay, so I unmuted you. So you can.
Okay, so yeah, those are the really good apps that you should be using because that's what I personally use. So that's what I recommend. The ones I use the most is PicTapGo. That's when I edit my photos, and also Facetune. So like those are gonna remove blemishes. I believe, yeah, Facetune costs money, but it's worth it too. Honestly, it's great. Another thing that I wanted to add is that I know some people, they want to make separate profiles, like a business profile and also a personal profile, but I honestly don't recommend doing that at all. I tried it in the beginning when I started almost 5 years ago, and it's no good. People don't want to go on your personal page and then on your two separate, it combine. Honestly, the things on your personal page, that's what you want to show more. Like that's what's going to attract potential distributors and even potential little customers. So I mean, you could try it if you want, but I highly recommend just putting everything all in one page because people don't like to go on two different pages to see two different things. So whatever's on your personal page, that's what you want anyways, because you want people to see that you're incorporating the business into your life, if that makes sense. So like people don't want to see like a bottle of fat fighters all the time. Like they want to see you using a bottle of fat fighters all the time instead of just that bottle of fat fighter. I already mentioned the PixArt where you could put the email on a photo using PixArt. So the good thing about that is that your audience and your potentials, they want to see that you're enrolling people and you're building your business. So most people in the business, they like are afraid to join you because they're afraid that they won't see any enrollments, they won't be able to sign anyone. But when you're posting that you're, you know, signing up customers, signing up distributors, they're going to be like, wow, like this really does work. So you want to prove to them and prove to your audience that this business does work and you are seeing results from this business by posting it on your photos. Okay, so this one is pretty cool too. So, I mean, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but like pre-taking your pictures. So like, say if you just got your hair done, or if you're at the mall, or you're on vacation, what I do is that I take like a bunch of photos of myself, like everywhere, so I can use it like throughout the months, I guess you can say. So like, this is like what I normally look like half of the time. Like I just have my eyebrows on and that's it. Like, honestly, that's what I look like most of the time. But for my other photos, like what I recommend is that like if I get my hair done, or if I on vacation, or if I look cute like on that day, I will take different like photos of myself, and like maybe I will change different shirts, and like maybe go like around my house to see where there's good lighting, and just like take photos of myself so I can use for the future too. Because like, you want to use like nice photos on your Instagram so it can be attractive. Like I said, you want things to be, you want it to be like visual. So if you want, you can do that, which I highly recommend. I think it's like a really great idea too. So let me see. So whenever you're posting, you should talk about like your goals too also. So this would be like a business / life post too. Like talk about your goals, like when you're about to go to sleep, like where you want to be in this business. So I know a lot of you guys like just started, and that's okay. You can always, even though like you guys didn't accomplish like money wise a lot, you can always talk about where you're going. So I always say there's a 3-part thing to posting. So where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going. So don't be afraid to talk about your struggles. Like talk about where you've been in the past. Like, was it hard for you to pay for groceries? Was it hard for you to pay for diapers for your kids? Like, it's okay to talk about that kind of stuff, because in reality, people want to see that's that's your life. You know what I mean? Like, people don't want to see like, oh, like you're fake. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be real to your followers and your audience and to your potentials, like where you've been. So like, if you had a hard time, you know, struggling with paying your gas or paying groceries, or like paying your bills, you can post about that, and like you can talk about like where you are now. So you can say like, oh, well, I just joined this business and I know this is going to help me pay for, you know, this bill, my phone bill, my groceries, Christmas for my kids and stuff like that. So like, you can talk about that, where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So yeah, Amanda said you have a story no matter what. Like, honestly, yeah, people don't really care about the money. Like, people don't. They join this business because they want to like feel something good. You know what I mean? Yeah, money is good. Like, it's going to help you do stuff, but like, what is that money going to do for you? I always tell my team that. What is that money going to do for you? Because when people like, when they join, they're like, oh, well, you make money. I'll be able to enroll people because I didn't even make any money. But like, that's not the reason why people join you. People join you because they want to see like how it's going to make them feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Amanda, do you want to add like the emotion part too? Like, to the posting?
Yes. Okay. So, okay. So everybody has probably already heard this, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So whatever you post, like Amy said earlier, whatever you post, whatever you put out there, whatever you say, what your energy is, like what you believe, who you want to be, your persona, all of that, whatever you put out, all the vibes that you have in your brain, that's going to come out on your posts. So, sorry, my phone's giving me distraction. He's popping up with notifications. So whatever vibe you're putting out there, that's what you're going to get back. Okay. And so I just wanted to let you or remind you, not let you know because you already know that, but I just want to remind you of that. So I know Amy talked about the stuff that you should post. As far as like what you're posting, sometimes people will come up to me and they'll say, oh, I don't really know what to post because I haven't made any money yet. Or I don't really know what to post because I'm not successful yet. Or I don't really know what to post because I don't have kids, and all the people who are successful with it works, most of them have kids. Oh, guess what? I don't have any kids, or whatever. Or I don't travel, or I don't do my makeup, or they always like give me all of these objections as to why they can't, whatever. Right. So there's two sides to your post. There's an emotional side, and then there's a business confidence side. So I'm going to explain to you what that means. So you have a story, like I said, no matter what, okay? And you have a story whether or not you have kids or whatever your excuse is. Sorry, someone's just calling me. So like Amy said, your post should make other people feel a certain way. So when someone reads your post, they should, after they're done reading it, feel like they connect to you and you have inspired them in some type of way. Even if you don't make money, that does not matter. Sorry, my boyfriend's blowing up my phone because the Eagles won. I just want to let you guys know that. Yay! Okay. All right, I have to this is so distracting that my phone's blowing up. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I had to make that stop. Okay, so I lost track. Emotional. So yeah, your post should make people feel a certain way. So your business confidence, what I mean when I say business confidence is you may not have a story as far as you didn't go diamond yet, or you may not have a story as far as you still work and you don't want to work, or you haven't reached certain goals yet. Business confidence means that you're posting and you're not just saying, oh, I work from my phone and I make money. Woo! No, that's not all you're going to post. You need to post like you are so confident, you know where you're going. Like you're like, you know what? In 90 days, I'm going to be diamond, making $2,000 a month, and this is what I'm going to be doing. I am so excited, but at the end of the month, I'm going to be traveling to Florida, and I never got to do this before this business. I am so excited that my gas tank is filled because I normally am freaking driving around with an empty gas tank. Because of It Works, this $25 helped me fill a quarter of my gas tank, depending on how small I shouldn't say that, depending on what car you drive. But yeah, if you're in Ohio, $25 will, fill your gas tank. But anyway, just stuff like that. Black Friday, maybe. I never get to go out shopping on Black Friday, but this year I get to go out and have fun with my friends and go shopping because I actually have the money to do so. I am so confident that in the next year, my student loans are going to be completely paid off. Who do you want to be? So think about where you were in 2018, what were the struggles that you went through, and where you are right now and where you want to be at the end of 2019. And you're going to talk about that, because when you talk about that, that shows people that you are confident about where you're going. That's what people want to see. People aren't going to join your team if you just tell them that you make money from your phone. That's awesome. Talk about that, but talk about more than just that you make money from your phone. Because when you talk about, oh, I just want to make money from my phone and it's so easy and I just have to post, and if you just talk about that all the time, what you're going to do is you're going to attract simple people. You're going to attract people who are lazy and all they want to do is post on social media and do nothing else. They don't want to message. They don't want to go to events. They're lazy because all you do is you're attracting those types of people because that's all you're posting about. You need to post so that people can come to you. Like I said, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you want to attract a certain type of person, you need to become that type of person and just be like that person. Another thing is that I always hear is oh, well, I think that when I promote Diamond, I'm going to be able to post better. I hear that a lot. And that's not true. waiting on a promotion isn't going to make you successful. All it's going to do is stop you. Like, it's literally going to stop you from your promotion because you're waiting for that promotion to happen. That's not what is going to make you confident. You inside of you need to be confident, and you need to elude that to other people so that they can believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself. That's what's going to, the way you post is what's going to help you grow your business. So that's really, really, really important. I'm trying to think, Amy, do you know on the top of your head what would be a post that would not, like, the difference between an emotional post and a non-emotional post? Do you know on the top of your head?
Yeah. So, for like what's the difference? Like, show an example of it.
Yeah, like in your pop your head, just just say
Okay.
an example.
So, like, a post that wouldn't be emotional at all and just like about money. It's just like, who wants to make an extra $300, $500 from your phone? Message me. Like, something like that. That's not emotional at all. You're not showing people that like, what is that money going to do for you? You're not saying that. You know what I mean? And a post that would be good and emotional would be talking about, like, your struggles and your problems. Like, oh, I remember when I couldn't even fill my gas tank. I was struggling. I remember when I had to keep looking at my bank account every 2 days because I was scared I was going to overdraft my account. Now, like, you can say, but now I have this amazing company that will help me become debt free, help me stay home with my family, have freedom of time, have more time to travel with my family, what I wanted to do. Stuff that is a post that's emotional because people in the world want that. They want to see that something change your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And then I wanted to add to, I have brain fart, but you said something and I didn't want to interrupt you. Oh, okay. I remember now. Cause you know how, like, you said, like, oh, a non-emotional post would be, who wants to make an extra $300 to $400? Message me. I'm not saying, or we're not saying that you can't post that, because I post stuff like that too. But that shouldn't be the only thing that you post. Like, that could be like a post, like, once a week or something like that. But all your other posts should be so that people, when they go on your page, they should, like, know who you are. They should be like, oh, like, Amanda, she's obsessed with her dog, and she likes to eat tacos and pizza and Chick-fil-A. And she, I don't know, like, they should basically know who you are. Oh, Amy, she's engaged. She likes makeup. Like, she has a white dog. Like, when people go on your page, like, they should know who you are. Like, who are you? You should be authentic, but then also at the same time be your emotion. Like, I'm not saying, like, write a novel about, like, your entire life, but each single one of your posts should be little puzzle pieces that come together to show them who you are, and all of those little struggles make up the amazing person that you are. So that's basically what you're trying to do on your social media. So all of your posts should add up together to show people the person that you are. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense. Like, yeah, because so I tell people, like, honestly, like, not who cares about your struggles, but, like, embrace your struggles and, like, stop hiding your problems. Like, it's okay to share that to the world. I mean, like, obviously don't talk about, like, sexual stuff and, like, all that stuff, like, you know what I mean, but, like, your problems, like, your struggles, but not like extreme like that. But, like, don't hide your problems, because honestly, like, it's a gift, and that made you who you are today. And, like, and talk about, like, where you're going with that, like I said before, and, like, sharing a vision, because when you're sharing the vision, like, you're showing the world a glimpse of, like, a better life, or, like, abundance, or whatever it is. So, like, be visionary, basically. Do you want to add something, Amanda?
Yeah, I do, actually. So what if you didn't really struggle like that? Like, what if you did have money? Or what if, like, so for me, I'm going to give you guys an example. So for those of you guys who are on here that like never, like you're younger, you never really struggled that much. Like you always had a house to live in. Luckily, you know, like you're blessed in that type of way. You didn't come from like divorced families or whatever. Like you struggled, but you didn't like struggle that bad, like where you're living on the streets. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That doesn't mean that you never struggled, because I definitely have my struggles, but they're more so like emotional struggles inside. That's still a story that you can tell. Like I talk a lot about, like, you know, before I joined this business, I was stuck to always doing what other people always wanted me to do, because my parents are always like, you know, you have to go to college and you need to do this and you need to do that. And I basically just followed what they told me to do, even though in the back of my mind, I always knew that I was made for more. Like, I remember as a little girl, I'm like, one day I'm going to be a singer. And guess what? I am the worst singer ever. But I always like wanted to do something big, but I just didn't know how to get there. So, but you know, sometimes you go through life and people give you a cap to what you can do in life. So that's kind of like my story. That's a part of my story, is that, you know, before I used to be capped to what I could do, because I let other people put a cap on what I am able to do. But now, because of this business, it showed me that it doesn't really matter what people think I can and can't do. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm more independent now. Like my mind is more independent. I don't care who likes me, who doesn't like me. That's a story. That's a story. That's still a story. So sometimes people will come to me and you might not, let's say you're not an emotional person yet. Maybe you're like, I don't know, I just joined someone to have fun. That's completely fine. But if you struggle with the emotional part and being able to like convey that emotional and that deep down inside right now, then you need to show that you're confident about this business. Even if you have a little bit of doubt, because everybody is a little bit fearful, you still need to just do it, because eventually you're just going to grow that confidence. It's like you're speaking things into existence. You know, you might not be able to run a mile right now, but you're going to say every single day, I can do this. I know I'm going to do this, and I am this. Or let's say you've never signed up a customer in your life, but you want to be amassed signing up 100 customers in 1 month, every single month, or 200 customers every single day. You're going to wake up and you're going to say, I am a loyal customer signing machine. So that's basically what you want to do when you're posting on social media. Do you have anything to add about posting, Amy?
No, that's all. I actually have, are you done? Because I'm going to move on to an exercise.
I do have one more thing to say, because it's an example that I got from another leader, and I just wanted to point that out. So when you become more confident in your posts, and when you start posting like that and you yourself become confident with doing all that stuff, that's when you go from being a distributor who's desperate for signing up people on your team to like where you're like, I'm going to pay for your kit because I need to fill my boxes. Like that's when you're going to become that distributor, to becoming the distributor where you don't care. And you know that what you have and who you are is a good thing. So I wanted to point that out, is that you know that you have something to offer. So that's how, like when you shift that mindset, you're going to become the desperate person to the confident person. But okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I hope everyone has a pen and paper right now, because I'm about to do like a little exercise with you guys. Okay, so write down 20 things that you can do with $200. So right now, write down 20 things that you could do with $200. And then after that, write 20 things down that you can do with $800. And then the last thing, write 20 things that you could do with $1,500. So when you're done writing all those things, so that's 60 things right there. And even you can do it after this call too. There you have 60 things to post about, using the 3-part rule that I just told you about earlier: where you've been, where you are now, where you're going. So now you have 60 life posts that you can use to post about the thing. I don't know what it's called. I just say 3-part thing. I don't know. Where you've been, where you're going. I mean, where you've been, where you are now, where you're going. So when you're posting about these things, like the things that you could do with $200, the things that you can do with $800, the things that you can do with $1,500, be specific. So, okay, you could pay off your bills, but like what bills? Can you pay off your phone bill? Are you going to be able to pay off your car note? You know what I mean? Are you going to be able to pay off your Franklin Mint credit card? Like, be specific. Like, what bills are you going to be able to pay? What are you going to do with the $200, $800, and $1,500? And after we're done this call, write that down so you have it, because so that's 60 life posts that you can use to post on your Facebook and your Instagram as a post. Do you want to add anything, Amanda, to that?
All right, I'm gonna add 2 last things. Sorry. I know it's already 8:14. Okay, so I had some people, and sometimes I feel like this too, is that sometimes their struggle might offend somebody else. So like if you say something, your husband might be like, well, why did you post that? Or like maybe someone in your family might be like, well, why did you post that? That makes me look bad. I just wanted to let you know that, like Amy said earlier, it's not like you're going to be posting your dirty business, your sexual problems, or, your drugs, alcohol. Like, we're not asking you or telling you that that's what you should be posting on social media or airing your dirty laundry. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that whatever you struggled with in the past, and it could be one thing, like, for example, I remember when I was younger, I always wanted my mom to go on a field trip with me, but she never could because she's always working. Now I want something more for my future family. That's an example of a struggle post that Amy was talking about. And this is why I do this business, blah, 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 blah. So, maybe if you wrote that, your mom might be like, oh, well, you made me look bad. But the thing is, no, if other people get offended by what you post and it offends them, that's their problem. That's not your problem. That's their problem. So if they are offended by something that you said, that maybe it has hurt you in the past, or it was a struggle for you in the past, and that offends them, like I said, that's their problem, not yours. They're not paying your bills. Okay, you are. You're building something for you in your life. I just wanted to remind you that. And when people read that, they're not going to think, oh, well, so-and-so is a piece of crap in your life. They're not going to think that. What they're going to think is, wow, I can totally relate to that. I can totally relate to that. Like, I remember when I was younger, my mom always worked too. Or I remember when I was younger, we couldn't afford blah, 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 blah. This is just an example. And then, like Amy said, the gap of where you are right now to where you want to be is your story. So that is the link. So if you haven't signed up any distributors, especially if you've been in the business for a long time, or you've signed up distributors that have not stayed in business and they just all quit, you need to remember this, that the link between where you are right now to where you want to be is your story. So make sure you really think about that when you get off this call, is to do like whatever Amy made you do, seriously use that and make posts about it so that you can grow your business.
And also another thing, after this call, I want you guys to make a list of things that you are concerned about before you started the business. So like what made you like on the fence about joining the business? Like, what were your concerns? So like, was it time, money, not knowing enough people, or was it like afraid that you're going to scam people, like stuff like that? Write that down after this call so you know. And then whatever people are concerned about, those are the things that you should be talking about. So say, for example, you're talking to a potential distributor, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this because my husband said he doesn't think it's a good idea and he doesn't think I'm going to be successful. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go make a post about it. I'm going to say, if someone is concerned about that, I'm going to say, like, I want to make a status talking about how I overcame that, how I overcame my boyfriend, my fiance, my husband, saying that I won't be successful. So like make a list of things that you are concerned about before you got started into the business, and start writing like posts about that. So like, say if your husband was like really doubting you, he was like, no, like you're not going to make money from this. Like this is a scam, which most men do. No offense, but they do. And talk about like how you overcame that, and how you overcame them saying that you wouldn't be successful, because people can go back to you and be like, oh, well, like like my husband has been saying that to me too, but I really want to join. So yeah, I just wanted to add that.
Yes, I agree.
And also, if you're not posting, your business is closed. So if like, yeah, like honestly, if you're not posting, your business is closed. It's like if you have a nail salon or if you have a hair salon and your open sign isn't open. Do you know what I mean? So I always tell people you're posting, but like if you're not posting at all, then like someone can go to someone else, even if it's your potential distributor or customer. If they see you not posting that day and they want to order that day, or they want to get started into your business that day, they might not come to you because you didn't even do anything that day, or maybe the day before. So always be consistent and posting, because honestly it takes like 2 seconds to post, and you have no excuse not to post, because you don't, because we're making a post page for you guys so you can have it. You have a bunch of examples on what to post and what photo to use, so you have no excuse not to post. And you can even not schedule your post, but you can like save drafts on your Instagram too, so you can post it for the next day if you don't have time or if you're working.
You know that now that we're on the Zoom right now, you know that you can post about how you're on the Zoom, because that's a post too. Just saying.
That's true.
So, Amy, do you have anything else to say about posting?
No.
Okay. So we're going to go into, so now you know what apps to use to edit your pictures. You know basically the idea of how you should be posting. Like you should have a flow to your Instagram and all that stuff. You should be influencing people, adding value to people's lives, things like that, making people feel good and inspired and all that. So now you need to post to people. So how's your network, right? So if your network is small, especially, you definitely need to grow your network. And then if your network is big, you still have to grow your network, because eventually you're going to run out of people to talk to. So some ways to grow your business, your network. So some tips. So I'm going to go on Instagram, right? First off, your followers. Amy, you didn't mention this earlier, right?
No.
So your followers on Instagram, that number should never be lower than the people that you're following. So you should be following less people than the people following you. And if you just started and you have less than 1,000 followers, try to get 1,000 followers as soon as possible, and then keep growing from there. Because when you have less than 1,000 followers, your profile doesn't look as legit. Okay, like let's just say, for example, if you go on a page where, okay, let's talk about nails, because we have a nail salon. Okay, if you have a nail salon, or you're looking to go find somewhere to get your nails done, and if you saw a page that had 100 followers, right? And you went on and 100 followers, but they're following like 3,000 people, okay? And you see their pictures, and then you compare it to another nail salon down the street that has 10,000 followers, and then they're following like 300 people. Which nail salon are you going to more likely want to go into? You're probably going to want to go to the nail salon that has more followers, because it's more popular. Their profile probably looks better, and it just looks better. Like even if you compare, like if you're shopping online, that's a better example. If you're shopping online and there's 2 boutiques and you've never been to any of those boutiques before, which Instagram boutique are you going to trust more? Are you going to trust the one that they're following less people but they have a lot of followers, or are you going to trust the one that they're following so many people but they have less followers? So that's something that you want to think about, and you definitely want to fix that. So like ways to grow your followers, okay? So, and networking with people is you can go into locations. So in your Instagram, you can search. All right. So actually, I can show you, I can screen share, but so in your, let me see. Amy, do you want to talk while I screen share?
Yeah. Should I talk about following people?
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm gonna pull up my Instagram while you're talking. Go ahead.
Okay. So for following people, what Amanda said, your followers should be higher than your following. So obviously right now, like if you first started, your following is going to be a little higher than your followers because you're trying to grow your followers list, if that makes sense. So, but when you start getting your followers, you can unfollow people who don't follow you. And there is an app for that. What I use, it's called Captivate. I posted it on the chat. It's called Captivate. That's what I like the best. I would just recommend using one like unfollowing app, but you can use that and it can unfollow people who are your ghost followers, which are people who haven't been interacting with you, haven't been, commenting or liking on your posts. So like you can have the app do that for you automatically. So you can set it like that. And then when you're following people too, a good tip is having your page private. So whenever you're mass following people, I always tell people to put their page on private, because if your page is on public, people can just go through your page to see like what you're about. So when you're on private, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I want to see what Amy is about. Like, why does she follow me? So they're going to follow me back. But if you have your page on public, they're going to just like go on your page and look through it, and like they don't need to like follow you if they don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, because they already have a glimpse of your page.
Okay, so you guys see my Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is my Instagram. So how you can grow your followings is that you can go to search, and guys, you can select what kind of goals you want for yourself. But for me, I don't have a goal. Like, I don't say like, oh, today I am going to interact with 100 people. I don't do that, because my goals every single day is to message people. So as far as like interacting and stuff, I'll do like 10 minutes of interacting. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna interact for 10 minutes, for example. So that's my goal. So my goal is more timed. And then as far as messaging, that's what I keep track of more. So that's just something I wanted to let you guys know. But on the bottom, there is a magnifying glass, it's right next to the house looking thing all the way in the bottom. You're gonna click that, and this is gonna be your the Explorer page. So like, I forget what they're called. And then up on the top, there's a search button. And then right there, it's going to show people or top people, tags, and places. So you can if you go to places, and let's say you want to grow your network in like California, or if you want to grow your network in like Michigan, let's just say. So you're going to type in Michigan, or you can like, if you know a certain city that you want to like hound down on, then you can put it in. Let's say like Detroit. So I can click Detroit, and these are all the people that has tagged themselves publicly in Detroit. So you can go and you can be like, oh, who's she? Oh, that's just a radio thing. But like this one doesn't really have, let's go to her and be like, oh, she's whoever. Who's she? She looks cute. She has more followers than she has following. I think I want her on my team. So then you go and you follow her. And then you might go and you like a couple pictures. Oh, that's a cute picture. Oh, so cute. I'm just showing you exactly what I do, okay? Amy, while I'm doing this, if you have something to say, just add it. So this is just like me going, and this is how I find people, right?
So what Amanda's doing now, she's being very intentional when she's following people. So like she's going on this girl's page and she's liking her stuff. So like she's being intentional of who she wants to follow, because she's looking at their pages and like liking it, especially if it's on public.
Yeah.
So who you want So I wrote down who do you want looking at your page? Do you want moms looking at your page? Do you want students looking at your page? For me, I want everyone who is 18 to like 100 years old, to be honest with you. So those are the people who you want to follow. If you want like more moms to follow you, then go on like child care, like hashtag like child care or something like that. Or if you want to follow like people from boutiques, you can hashtag like small boutiques, and then you can go on a boutiques page who has like 6,000 followers. I'm just giving you an example, and then following their followers too. So yeah.
Something really quick. So I already went over places, so you guys understand that. You can pick places and then find people that way. You can find people through tags, like Amy said, but Amy said that she doesn't care. Like, she just wants people from 18 to 100. A good thing also is that if you're like, okay, like, I know I'm this type of person. If you know, like, I'm like, I love cosmetology, like, I'm obsessed with it. I am obsessed with dogs, or you know that you're a boy mom, you're a girl mom, whatever it is, you're a teacher, find those people to follow. So I wanted to add that too, is that, like, let's, for example, like, if I was like 18, me looking for 40-year-old moms to follow isn't a bad thing, but I can't really relate to them. So find people that you can relate to between the ages of 18 and over. So for me, I'm a dog mom, so I'm going to look for those people. So people that I can genuinely relate to, so that when I go and interact with them, it's not like fake. It's super genuine. I really am obsessed with their dogs, blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I'm saying?
And also, can you crap. I have a brain fart. All right. Get back to me.
Okay. I was just showing them what I do.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
I hate when that happens.
Oops. You forget what you have to say.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
You were talking about followers. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. So, like, how many people at a time can you follow people before you get blocked? Do you know, like, the exact number?
Nope.
Okay. So I would say, like, follow at least 50 people a day or something. But, like,
that's a good number.
Huh?
I think that's a good number.
Yeah, like, try to follow 50 people a day. So that's, like, 10 people here, 20 people there. So doing that. But if you do, like, 100 people, like, if you're, like, follow, like, 100 times, like, down the line, you will get blocked. So try not to do that. So start off by following at least 50 people a day to grow your network. And growing your network is huge because, like, you want your network to grow and grow every day.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to show them how to do collections. So there's something on Instagram called collections. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you click on your picture or anybody's picture, you can save the post. Have you ever done that before? I don't know if you guys ever done that before, but you can do that, and it's pretty cool. Can
you repeat that real quick? I'm sorry. What did you say?
About collections?
Yeah, no, I missed that.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So there's something called collections in Instagram. So I want to show you guys what that is. I shouldn't have gotten out. So Amy, do you want to explain what collections is?
Yeah, that's it. That's when you just I don't really use collections that much. I just like save it. So I'm not really like I just save the posts.
So I'm not gonna lie, I do use the collections, but sometimes I forget about it, but it's very good to use. So I want to show you how to use it. And I like, if you guys do host to post, this is really good to organize your host to post. So, so I'm going to go on my Instagram again and show you guys how to do this. I think, is it working or no? No, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so basically what the collections is it puts your posts into albums, different albums. So if, let's say, like, for example, I do host a post every single month. So like if I do host a post and I have everyone's Octobers, for example, in one post. So I guess like I don't want to waste time. So I'm just going to show you guys on here. So all the way to, hold on. Sorry guys. All right, so like if you want to save the picture, right? This is on my Instagram. Let's say you want to save any picture. You would go to that flag and then it's going to say save to collection. And when you click that, it's going to ask you what collection you want to save in, or you can add it. It's like, let's say like the collection's not there yet. You can just add it and make a collection. And it's going to say whatever the collection is, and it's going to put that photo into that collection. So once you save the picture, a lot of people don't know where to find the picture after they save it. It used to be really easy, but they updated the app. So to find the picture, one second. To find the picture, all the way on the top, there's these 3 lines. Whoops. You have to go to your profile, and there's these 3 lines up here. You're going to click that, and then it's going to say your activity, and then on the 3rd row, it says saved. So these are all of your saved posts. So it's going to come up like this. So these are all my collections. So I have a collection for engagement. So engagement means that these are all of the people that I put in engagement so that I can engage with them. So I remember to engage with them. So like I have this lady, and it might not be this picture, but at least if I save a picture, I know what the profile is. So then I can just go on her page and like her stuff or comment on her stuff. You know what I mean? So that's basically what I do. So that I can keep track of my leads, like the people that I look at their profile and I'm like, I want her to be on my team one day. Like, have you ever, I guess if you're new, you haven't done this, but like, I've been doing this for 5.5 years. So there's actually people that are on my Instagram that I feel like they're like my best friend. And I really do. And I honestly, like in my heart, I'm like, I cannot wait until she joins my team one day. And she's never even asked me about It Works, but in my mind, she is going to be on my team one day. She's a freaking awesome girl. She knows how to edit her pictures. I want her on my team. And that's when I look at people's profiles, that's what I think of when I think of that kind of stuff. So those are the types of people that I actually will add to my engagement collection. And then there's, so before I used to have like a host of posts, like these are people that hosted a post for me. But now because there's so many hosted posts, I name it, like this is my original one, it's called hosted post, but now I name it like January HEP, like HIP hosted post, or like October HEPs. So that way I don't ever lose it, because on Instagram, when you look at your news feeds, it cuts off at a certain point. So that's how I like to save it when I have too many notifications. Or like if I find like different quotes that I like, I save it to my quotes collection. So that's another way to organize that way. And then polls. So Amy, do you have anything to say about Insta Story?
Yeah, we can move on to that. So for Instagram stories, it's like amazing. It's going to help you get a lot of leads, and you can post as many times on there, like every hour, every 2 hours. So what it is, I'll show you guys. So when you go to your Instagram, right, there's going to be these little circles. So when you want to add something to your Instagram story, what I do is I just swipe this way. So swipe left, and you could just like take a picture or whatever. So you can either do like a normal picture, or you can do like a boomerang. So I'm just gonna take a picture like that. Okay, so I just took a picture, and then you can do send to your story, and then it's gonna hit share. I'm not gonna share it, but it's gonna say share, and that's where you can share your story. on there. So I like Instagram story. Like I always use it because it's gonna keep your profile highlighted. And whenever you post pictures on your Instagram, you don't want too many before and after pictures because it doesn't really look nice like for your profile. So where you could put your before and after pictures are on your Instagram stories. So you could put as many like before and after pictures on your Instagram stories as you want. So the more that you post on your Instagram story, it's gonna push you to the front of where you post. So I'll show you. So if you post a lot on your Instagram story, it's gonna have you like to be at the front where people can see you more. So the more you post on your Instagram story, the more it moves you in the front. And that's basically what algorithm is. When you post more, it moves you up. Same thing when you're interacting with people on Facebook and Instagram, when you're liking and commenting on people's posts, you're going to show up on their timeline a lot. And that's called algorithm. I mean, I'll just say it like real quick. So basically what algorithm is, so probably when you guys like search up like Fashion Nova, or if you search like a jewelry or something like that, it pops up on your Instagram, it pops up on your Facebook, right? That's called algorithm. That's an example of algorithm. So people so when you're searching that type of stuff, that's going to show up on your feed. And that's what algorithm is, because they know like what you're posting, so they want that to show up on your Facebook and on your Instagram so you can buy it. So for the polls are really good because like, I'm just going to take another picture. So how you do polls, say I have this picture right here, right? You click where there's a box right there. It has like a little smiley face. So you click that, and when you scroll, it's going to say poll. So I'm going to click poll. It's going to automatically say yes and no. You can't really see it, but it says yes and it says no. I never put no. I always do like yes and yes. I don't know why, I just do, because I don't want people to say no. I'm going to put yes and yes, so they could just choose whatever they want. So you can like ask any question. So like, yeah, you could do like yes or more info or something like that. Or yes, I like to try. I like more info. Like you can do it like that. And you can ask a question, like say if you have like a picture of like a girl with long hair that you got on Pinterest, like you could type in like long hair on Pinterest and you could post it on your story, and you want to do a poll, you can do a question like, who wants to grow out their hair? You could put heck yeah, and then you could put more info. So like people can like post heck yeah or more info. And then when you do that, I should have just like did it because I want to show you like when you swipe up. So when you're viewing your story, you can swipe up and you can see everyone who voted. So you're going to reach out to people who voted. So for example, if you posted up like an Instagram, or I'm sorry, hair, skin, and nail post, you can message them and say, hey, thanks for the vote on my post. Are you interested? So another good tip is when you're doing polls, make sure that you do it small. Because a lot of people, like, when I message them, they'll be like, oh, sorry, I accidentally hit that by accident. I accidentally hit the poll by accident. So you can do it small. Like, you can, like, adjust it. Well, okay, I'll just hit done. You can adjust it to make it smaller or bigger. See how I'm doing that with my finger? You can make it smaller or bigger. I do it small so people don't say, like, oh, I accidentally clicked it. So, like, you know what I mean? That makes sense? So, like, they have to, like, really click it for them to be interested. You know what I mean? So that's good, too. You want to add anything about polls? You could do, like, interaction polls, too. Like, what's your favorite color? Blue, red. Or how do you like your cookies? Mm-hmm. Like, 2 different, like, options. You know what I mean? So, like, interaction posts like that. Or you could also ask questions, too. So when you hit that box with the smile, You could also ask a question. So it's going to say questions right here. You hit questions, and you can ask a question. You can be like, I'm bored, ask me something. And then, like, I'm going to write it. So I'm not going to post it. I'm bored, ask me something. You could hit that. So, like, that's an interaction post, and then someone can, like, type something and then send it, and then you'll get the notifications, and then you can answer them back. So, like, that's another way to be, like, interactive too. And when you're doing your stories, make sure that you're not just doing it work stuff, because people aren't going to want to look at it. So make sure, like, you're incorporating, like, your life, pets, family, kids, what you're doing, what you're eating. And also, yeah, do videos of yourself too. You know, you could talk about anything in the videos. Like, you could talk about, like, what you do, or, like, your plans, like, where you're going, like, vacation or something like that. You want people to get, yeah. So honestly, posting on Instagram stories is really important, because that's going to get you new leads too. Like, a lot of my leads are from Instagram story, from, like, constantly posting on there. You can post, like, every hour, every 2 hours. It's so quick to, like, post on Instagram story, because what it is, it's just like Snapchat, but on Instagram. But it's better on Instagram because, I mean, I guess it's the same, but, like, for me, it's better on Instagram because, like, I have a lot of followers on there rather than Snapchat. And another good app to use on Instagram story is called Unfold. Amanda, you could type it in the chat. It's called Unfold, and it's free, only if you want to buy, like, the other templates or whatever. And Over is a good app too, but Unfold is what I use and what it looks like. You can't really see it. I don't know why it's like, but basically it's just like a white thing right there. Unfold is the easiest, so when you click on it, you can do, like, different, like, I guess you can call it, like, collections, like, sections. So, like, for example, coffee, and it saves it too. So, like, you can, like, this, you could also, like, do videos. So how I did that is I went in my camera roll, and it's called, like, time lapse or something like that. And you can save it, and you could put it right there. And then you could add a caption too. But say, like, the next day you wanted to keep the same caption, but you wanted to do, like, the same type of video, you can just, like, delete the video and then, like, add another, like, video there. Mm-hmm. And then you just save it. Like, it's like this thing right here. It says save, and it just says save the page. And then you can post it to your Instagram story. And it saves everything too, like, automatically, which is nice.
Yeah, I love that. That like, you can put it into, like, different folders and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Unfold is a really good one too, especially about, like, making your story too. You can, like, you know, save it and, like, keep, like, writing your story and, like, putting it on your Instagram story like that, like, in order. Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say about Instagram stories.
Yeah, me too, because you already talked about, like, showing who you are, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say, like, if you're a person who, like, orders a lot of stuff, like, for example, I'm just gonna, like, think of a blogger. Like, sometimes bloggers, or not sometimes, all the time, they'll be like, oh my god, like, I just got this new palette, and, like, look how cute it is. You can get it on this website. Or I was just on Amazon and I got this shirt for, like, $1. You should totally go in here and get it. Like, stuff like that. I know it sounds funny, but, like, people do that and people follow you. Like, so let's say, like, you constantly buy makeup, constantly. So maybe that should be one of your things that you do. Like, that, maybe that should be something that you do besides It Works. Like, because, like Amy said earlier, you don't want your whole page to be all It Works. Like, people want to know who you are, you know what I mean? So if you really like makeup and that's what you do, then how about you, like, go and you show people, like, you know, this is my makeup. This is really good. I like it because I have oily skin, or da-da-da. Or if you are, like, you buy, like, a gazillion clothes and you're just one of those people who just, like, loves buying clothes, you're into fashion, like, you know, stand in front of the mirror with your phone and be like, oh my God, I just got this jacket. It's from so and so. Like, you know how they do that, those cute videos? Like, that's like really cute to do like every other day or things like that. Or like sometimes, not sometimes, I'm always posting pictures of me and my dog. So that's just something that I do. Or like even like just because you still work, that doesn't mean you can't post pictures of like what you do during the day. Like so if you do hair or something like that, you can post about that. Like people want to see that kind of stuff. That's just a couple ideas. Or like just like if you have like a lot of ideas, like as far as like let's say like you have like relationship tips or something like that, or like you have like feminist tips or some like stuff like that, like you can go and be like, hey, you want to hop on here today and let you guys know blah 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 blah, like you know how like you do stuff like that, like you're adding value to people's life every single day or every other day, you're adding something, and then people like will go on your page because they're looking forward to that video that you're going to make in your Insta story. So I don't know if you guys follow Bretman Rock, whatever what's his name, Amy?
Yeah, Bretman Rock.
Yeah, so he's freaking hilarious and super inappropriate, but he's so funny. And I like going on his page, and I'm addicted to his page because he's freaking hilarious. I'm not telling you guys to go on there and follow him because he's really distracting, but that's just an example of like people go on his page because he's freaking hilarious. Like that's why people go on his page. And of course, because like he's gay and he does makeup and stuff like that, but like people follow him because he's funny. That's mostly, it doesn't matter like who you are, they follow him because he's funny. So like when someone goes on your page, and this is kind of, we covered a lot of stuff already, so I don't really, Amy, do we have anything else to cover before I go into this?
Well, I was going to talk about interacting real quick.
Okay. Go ahead, you can talk about that.
Yeah, so I just want to touch base a little bit more about like interacting. So like liking and commenting on people's stuff. I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Like when you post a lot of on your Instagram story, it's going to pop up more like in the front so people can see. So interacting. So if you want, so 10 minutes or before you post, like before you do the first post of the day, it doesn't have to be like this exact time limit or whatever, but 10 minutes of interaction before you do your first post, like I guess in the morning, take out time, like maybe 10 minutes to interact. So interacting as in going through your timeline, Facebook or Instagram, liking photos, commenting on photos. When you comment, it's better because it shows up, your stuff will show up more on their timeline if you comment. So it's more like powerful if you comment. So when you're commenting, 5 to 6 words per comment. And then also like asking a question too. So if you comment on something and you like a girl wearing, or you like the girl's like jacket or something, you can be like, oh my God, girl, like where'd you get that? So like a comment too, so she can comment back and tell you where she got that. And also this is called the 10 times rule, which is if you want one comment, then you should comment 10 times. So like, so for example, like going through your timeline and commenting on like 10 different pictures to get one comment. So if you want 2 comments, then you would comment 20 photos to get 2 comments, if that makes sense. So interaction in I don't know how to talk.
Hey, I have a quick question about that. Are you talking about 10 times on that one person's photo, or 10 different pictures on 10 different people?
10 different,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 10 different pictures on 10 different people. Like
to get one comment back.
Yeah, to get one comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
So 10 different comments, 10 different like people like throughout your timeline, like 10 comments to get one comment back. So if your goal is 3 comments, then you do 30. So interacting is really important because you want your post to show up on people's news feed, which is good for you because you want people to see your lifestyle posts, your product posts, and stuff like that. Because if you're not interacting with people, like your stuff isn't going to show up on people's news feed, which is what I explained earlier. Like when you search up, like, let's just say like sunglasses on your Facebook and your Instagram, like through your timeline. So that's kind of like algorithm too. Like they they like, I guess I don't know, whatever they do in the phone or whatever, that they see that you're searching different things, that's going to pop up on your feed. Same thing when like you're interacting, like you're going to pop up on people's news feed when you're interacting a lot. And be intentional about it too. Like if you it takes like 2 seconds to comment, oh my gosh, love your shoes, oh my gosh, love your jacket, where'd you get those ears, girl, eyebrows on fleek, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that's interacting, and that's really important too. So you should always fit that into your business some way or the other, like maybe like 10 minutes in the morning and then like 10 minutes before bed, something like that. And I also wanted to touch base on like pending friend requests on Facebook. So if you're doing like post to post and you have like a lot of pending friend requests, that's going to mess up your algorithm too. So you should go back and you should like cancel the request to your requested people, because that's going to mess up your algorithm too. So like say if you're like adding like so many people and they're not adding you back, it's been like 6 months, you should go back and like cancel their request, because that's going to mess up your algorithm too. And that's all I have to say.
That's it, for sure.
Yes.
Like that's it you have to say for social media?
Yeah. Why, did I miss something?
No.
Yeah, no, I took a lot. I took like 5 pages of notes. So I think like we covered everything like pretty well. How to post, what to post, wording. I think we talk about wording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wording, Instagram story, following people, interacting, algorithm.
Yeah. We sorry, it is supposed to be only an hour long, but it's almost going on an hour and a half. My bad. Or our bad, whatever. But it's just a lot of information. Maybe I should have done social media part 1 and social media part 2. I didn't realize it was going to be this long. But just like one last thing, actually 2 last things, because one last thing from me, and then I'm going to have one more person talk aside from me and Amy to add something. So just for me, like something that I want to say is like, just in general, like think of somebody that you follow, and it doesn't have to be an It Works person or just any leader, even if it is It Works person. Just think about the people that you follow and what attracts you to them. Like, why do you like to follow their stuff? Why do you look forward to following their stuff? And then think about who you want to be. Like, how do you want people to see you when they go on your page? And that's what you should be conveying when you're posting. So I just want you guys to know that, like, if you go on someone's page, and do you follow people because their profile is pretty? Like, is it because it's bright and it's like whatever? Like, why do you follow them? Do you follow them because they're inspirational? Like, is that what attracts you? Because if that's what attracts you, that means you need to post that on your page. Like, that's what you need to be like, so that people can follow you too for those reasons. So that's just something that I just wanted to add. And then just really important for you guys, like we did talk about like a lot of like technical things, like how to do this, how to do that. But like, I really honestly feel like one of the most important things is your attitude and your vibe and what you're bringing out there. So I know that it sounds weird because it's not like a how to, but like just like who you are as a person is what it, like how it is I feel it correlates to how your business is going to grow. So as much as you grow is how your business is going to grow. So if you're not going to grow, your business isn't going to grow. And if you're not positive, then you're going to always attract negative people to your business. And if you convey that this business is so simple and that all you do is post on social media and that there's nothing more to that, like there's no emotional, and if there's no emotional attachment and there's no confidence attachment, then you're just going to attract simple people to your business that don't want to do anything. So I am going to call out Rachel Johnson. Where is she? Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Oh, go ahead. Here, this is Rachel Johnson. She is a double diamond leader, and she's going triple in 2019. Okay, go ahead and talk. You want to share something?
All right. I don't know if people already talked about this. I was trying to remember everything, but so when I go like on Instagram stories, I heard this from a couple other leaders, is making sure that like let's make sure like if you post about hair, skin, and nails today, and then you don't post about it until like next month or the end of the month, we want to like kind of post consistently. Because think about it, if you see something constantly over and over and over and over and over, eventually you're gonna be like, oh no, I don't need the hair, skin, and nails. Okay, well, she posted another picture today about this hair, skin, and nails, like before and after, and people continuously see it. It gets them like more kind of like excited to do that, kind of like following up, like not waiting, kind of following up a couple of days afterwards. And that's what like they like really talked about, because I would like, okay, I need post about the coffee today. I'm gonna do the collagen tomorrow. I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, no. And I noticed that also helped like with host to post and everything. Is I used to like try to like switch up the photo, because I'm like, what if somebody on the friends list saw the same photo and they get upset, like because I think a lot, and I'm like, no, like, because there's gonna be somebody that I messaged on their friends list and was like, no thanks, I'm good. Well, they're gonna see like 4 of their other friends post about that, and eventually, because if you're interested one time, you're always interested. That's why you always follow up. They're gonna continue to see it, and they're just gonna like just be like, all right, fine, I'm gonna get it. Okay, hey, I kind of want, you know what I mean? You're gonna follow up with them. They're gonna like do that, or they might just message you and say, hey, okay, can you give me more information about this? So just kind of like just being consistent. Like, so maybe like post, like 2 or 3 consecutive days. I'm not saying you can't post about any other product. Like if you post about keto coffee today, make sure you do it today, tomorrow, and then the next day, just so people can just be fresh in their mind to where, I don't know, like if I see something like constantly, I'm like, okay, maybe I should get it. Like when we were at the mall, I like went back and forth to like this store to get Uggs. Well, I didn't get Uggs. I got bear paw boots, but I was like, I don't need them. And we kept walking around the mall. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get them now. Like it was like 2 hours later. But so yeah, that's just what I was gonna say.
That's actually really, really good. I just posted it in the chat. There's a hair curler that's been advertising on my Instagram, and it's so freaking annoying because it just keeps advertising on my timeline, but I don't want to buy it because I know that it's over $100 for a freaking hair curler. And I'm like, does it really work? And I'm like, does it really work? Because it's not a regular hair curler. It's just like one of those things where you go like this and it like curls it. And I'm like, wow, it looks so easy. I want one of those. But I'm like, I'm not getting that. That thing doesn't work. And literally it keeps popping on my timeline, and I'm like, I'm about to buy it because it keeps popping on my timeline. That's basically what Rachel is saying. So like if you're posting about keto coffee every single day and people are watching your stories every single day, eventually they're going to be like, okay, what is this coffee? What is it? Or if they see you making it too on top of posting results, people are going to be like, what is it? Or like even like my hair, like, oh my God, your hair is getting so long. That's like, oh, I've been taking my hair, skin, nails, like that's, and you just keep posting about it. So you want to pick, I don't know like what people say, like me, I would say like maybe 3 or 4 products that you always post about. Like how many do you think, Rachel or Amy, like how many products do you think is good and a good amount to post?
I think like about 3 or 4, like
right.
Yeah, like keto coffee. Like for me, it's like keto coffee, hair, skin, nail vitamins, what else? The chocolate greens or any of the greens. And like I use the facial care products. So like that's what I post about.
Yeah. I always post about the cleanse because I use the cleanse monthly. I post about the coffee and the chocolate greens because I take that every single day. And I actually do need to post about the skincare line because I've been using it consistently for like a few years now, and I absolutely love it because I used to use a lot of another brand specifically, and took me forever to switch over to this, and like I'm in love with our skincare. Mm-hmm. So posting consistently, posting maybe some before and afters, but posting you with the product, people seeing that you're not just trying to sell them something. Mm-hmm. That also is key. Like, do you use it? So that's, the most things I sell every single month is cleanse, coffee, chocolate greens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people want to see you use it too, like what Rachel said. Like you want to post, like how like a lot of people ask me, oh, like do you really use the products? Yeah, I do. Like people want to see that you're using the products. Mm-hmm. Like basically practice what you preach.
Yeah, they want to see that you're using the products, and they also want to see that if you're a part of the business, that you're not going to quit, that you are not going to quit the business. So I know like there's people on here who have joined each and every one of us because we've been in for a long time and we haven't quit, and they've watched us for a long time. But there was something else I wanted to add and I don't remember, and this Zoom is going super long. I'm so sorry. I think I remember now. So like if you're new, I would pick 1 or 2 products for you to, if you haven't tried any of our products, something for you guys to use that you are going, like that you will fall in love with. So like if you need to grow out your hair, for example, then buy the hair, skin, nails, use it, and make your own testimony and fall in love with it. Just because we're using keto coffee, that doesn't mean you have to use keto coffee. Find something in our product line. We have so much stuff for you to fall in love with, and then you can post about it. And it's going to be so much easier for you to post it. It's going to be super authentic because you've already used it. And then, I know what I was going to say too. So all the product, most of the products posts I post in my Insta stories, and then most of my life post or like pretty pictures I post in my Instagram. So I just want to share that. But I will in my Facebook, it's different. I'll post on my Facebook, like whatever. So I just want to share that with you guys. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, I think this Zoom was like really helpful, especially new people who don't really know how to work Facebook or, well, especially Instagram and like posting and stuff like that. So I think it was really helpful because like we literally went over everything. So yeah.
One thing I will add is just, I mean, it kind of has to do with social media, but always be willing to learn and understand that like you're never ever going to know everything, and just be willing to learn. Like me, like I hate waiting for people to answer me. Like I really do. Like I hate waiting for people to answer me. Like if I have a question. So like I just want to go out there and try to find the answer. And that's how like I started like really on social media. So, you know, like I followed like some top leaders, and if I wanted to know how to sign a distributor, you know, I'm like, okay, well, this person's a top income earner. They're doing something right. They have a video about signing distributors. And, you know, if it's pretty recent, I'll go and listen to that. Plus it gets me so freaking excited, and it gets me so pumped because they're talking about signing distributors or promoting or signing up customers. And I'm just like, heck yeah. Like I feel like I'm on top of the world. So just always be willing to learn. And yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Welcome.
All right, guys, don't get off, please. I'm taking a picture. But can I end the recording first? Thank you, everyone who got on, but don't get off yet. I'm going to stop the recording.